Hold on. Let me turn on my other lights.
Bro, what the heck?
Hi guys. Hi guys.
Who's she from? Who is she? Oh, I thought that was one of your friends I was on, so you turned that on each other.
Bro, I thought we would have like immediately hopped into
I
it.
don't
Like,
know what part of, like, you known us how long exactly, but what part of anything we done tells you that we start things as soon as
we're just immediately gonna hop into it. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought that, but okay.
Okay.
Are we not enjoying Spider-Man?
I'm pausing the goddamn. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And immediately as I say, "Are you ready to start?" he stands up and then starts fixing himself in front of the camera. Like this is crazy. Like I literally said, "Are you ready, bro?" And then he says, "I'm ready." And then like what? But welcome back to the channel, guys. I know what it looks like. It's a little different. It's a lot different. We're in the same room. And lights all around too. It's actually quite blinding. I don't know if you guys can see it in my glasses. But welcome back to another Drawn for Mental Health episode. My name is Kollin. I also go by Kollin. You'll see my stuff in the bio. Cause that I know it's there. Maybe not the description. In fact, probably never the description because I'm not editing any of that. And this is my guy over here. Same room.
Are you get some water?
Bruh.
My bad. Yeah, what up? It's your boy, Benny, a.k.a. B-Follow, a.k.a. that African kid. I'm not even going to say you're going to see my stuff in the description because you're not, but it's somewhere out there.
It's in the bio.
It's in the Instagram.
We don't have an Instagram.
I have my own personal Instagram, sir.
Okay, is the Instagram in the bio?
It is not, but maybe it will be. We'll see. But anyway, like he said, we're in a new undisclosed location. Please do not try to find us, because you will not. Yeah, y'all. Welcome back, and I hope you enjoy whatever it is that we got going on today. But did you already start? You didn't even tell them the prompts and you started drawing about.
Bro, you made an action line too. I don't want to hear anything.
But I didn't make a circle. I didn't make a head.
Okay. It's just a circle. You're acting like I'm on my SpongeBob thing right now. What if I made the face and then I erased it and then made a circle?
Go crazy, bro. Go crazy, man. Anyway,
the topic of today is getting better. And the reason why that's the name, actually, got ahead of myself. Sorry, guys. The prompt, because we just introduced making prompts now. Benny said that we should do Danny Phantom. So we are drawing Danny Phantom or Danny Fenton, whichever way you want to do it. I'm drawing both, actually.
Oh, you are?
It's gonna be like a little transition thing. He's gonna like step into his little. Hold up. It's gonna be like this, you know. And he's gonna like have his arm out like this, right? Right. Like that's. You see the vision.
There's always that person who's always trying to do too much.
What do you mean, bro?
But what if that was what I was gonna do?
What? This?
I'm so sick. Now I gotta change my whole.
Okay, bro.
I'm sick and tired of you. Nah, you got it.
No,
you got
see,
it.
the thing about the prompts is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyway, getting better. I want to start off the topic with like what I've been thinking about recently because it's been pretty heavy on my mind, and basically I realized that it's hard for me personally to feel important to myself, and what that kind of like stems from is my past, and we're gonna like dive into that as well. But basically, like when I say that, it comes to a point where like media takes the forefront of my mind than like anything else, like my own personal life, because I was so media centered when I was young. And whenever I like start to watch something or whenever I start to play something, it's like that becomes my livelihood. Like there's no Kollin at that point. It's just like the thing that I'm doing or the thing that I'm watching. That's what entertains me. That's what gives me joy. So that's like the thing that I center things around. And it made me lose sight of like the importance of like living my own life and actually giving any care about my health, because whenever I was young, I would always come home and then I'd watch something or I'd play something, and it was never about like taking care of myself. And that just kind of like continued on into my adulthood, where it kind of feels hard and sometimes even impossible for me to care about like what I'm doing in my own personal life, how I'm like how my sense of importance is, because like there's no balance. I don't really feel important to myself at times, which is where like that kind of like comes in. And I'm starting to get better at it, because after realizing it, because it takes a while to actually like realize where a lot of like emotions or things kind of stem from. And it took me a long while. Like I've been through 3 years of therapy and nobody's ever said that to me, which is crazy. Like nobody has told me, hey, it seems like you don't really hold importance to like your own life, which is like, you know, hard to figure out. But you would think after like 3 years of it, they'd be like, hey, something ain't right with you.
Something's wrong with you, Frank.
So something feels a little off. And like I realize now that most of the time whenever I kind of like think about my life and what goes on within it, I think about what I'm watching and what I'm playing at the time, because that's like majority of what gives me entertainment. I think about that first, and then I'm like, here's the rest of my life. And it's made me feel a little bit more miserable about it. Like I don't think I've been too positive in my recent experiences of life. So I've been like trying to get better at just like finding importance in the things that I do in my life and finding importance in like myself. 'Cause I'll be real, had a rough break at it for years of my life, and I think that kind of like stems from my childhood and like how I didn't really give myself the opportunity to feel important. And yeah, we could talk about more of that, but like I just think that whole idea of getting better has been it's been cool, it's been chill, but like childhood kind of like puts you in a different mindset, or like your childhood really affects you, and we talked about that last time, but we could really expand on it today. Boo's already got his whole freaking person out. Like I haven't even drawn anything yet. Like what?
Oh, okay. See, that's what happens when I'm actually focused on. I actually do some stuff. Which now
Bro.
I'm realizing his hand is really ridiculously too big.
Bro, locked in.
Bro, I need to get better at drawing hands because I suck at it for so many. You think of everything I drew like it's a 50-50 chance. Sometimes when I'm drawing, I make perfect hands. Other times I'm like, bro, I don't know what the heck this is. But speaking of what you were just saying, I'm trying to remember everything.
Oh my goodness.
Because my brain is all over the place, honestly. So, do you feel like... I mean, I hope the answer is yes, but do you feel like you're doing better?
I'd like to think so.
Okay.
I'd like to hope so. Because, again, it's one of those things that, like, I just realized, 2 weeks ago? Something like that. And I've, like, put things into place where I can actually keep a handle on, like, my own personal life and development.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that's just like me writing down stuff to keep track of it. Like I've got a to-do list for every day. Like I've got to work out, I've got to do my work. I can't just sit here and
Twitter your thumb.
What?
Twitter your thumb.
Yeah. Because like even like right now I don't have a full-time job, but even then if I had one, that would just take the forefront over everything else, and I still wouldn't really get the idea of like feeling important to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just kind of like found a system that could help me, and kind of like letting that take over. Except yesterday kind of relapsed a bit. I was like, ooh. Oh, that was a very fake ooh. That was ooh.
I think that's just man. I'll do the ooh for you. Okay, let me know.
Bro,
know.
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
But I can do a beautiful ooh, just like I was like, ooh. Or I was like, ooh. Or if you want a foreign ooh, I got you. I was like, ooh. I feel like it's taking away from what you're saying. Go ahead, bro. Let's just.
They got a new season 2 to Marvel Rivals, bro.
Bro, hold on a second. No, stop. How are you talking about like trying to heal and do all of this stuff, but then I don't know, you just move on to a season 2? I need you to get your ADHD mindset back.
Bro, this is what it's about. This is what it's about, bro. Let me say what I gotta say.
Bro, good cook, bro.
So I saw there was a new season 2 in Marvel Rivals. I was like, bro, I gotta hop on. I gotta hop on when it drops. So I like uploaded my computer, or I turned my computer on, and like it took a little bit for it to actually like upload onto my computer. So while I was doing that, I saw that there was also a chapter that dropped for something I'm reading right now. Read that, did a little bit of my work, but after the update finished, I was not on anything else. Like I did not do my work. Like I did my work. Like I did some of it, but majority of my day yesterday was like Marvel Rivals. So I relapsed a little bit. I didn't really like do everything that I usually do within the day, and it wasn't entirely Marvel Rivals because of the fact that like I also am doing something for my family where I'm like trying to get all the necessities to like take care of my little brother out of the way. So like I did something in the morning of today's currently Saturday, so like I have to lay out the timeline for you guys for it to actually like make sense for me. So patience. Oh wait, I'm not even looking at the camera. So patience. On Thursday, I got up and then I went to CPR training because I needed that for the job with my little brother. Oh, you need CPR training?
Yeah, I gotta take a CPR course for the new job that I got. I don't know when I'm doing it, but I think it's like what 3 hours, 4 hour training.
It depends on who you have, because if you also have to do tourniquet training, because that is a thing.
What the heck did you work at? My man say tourniquet training. What do you work at, bro?
Well,
I'm so sorry. No, go ahead. Just talk
who I'm about to work with right now, they're called CVL, and that it's
is that your
like
internship?
No, it's for my little brother.
Okay.
My parents are calling me.
That's a question. Don't look at me.
But I'm working with. I should just answer, guys. Un momento. Hello. Okay. Bye. Anyway. Oh. Sorry guys.
Anyway, while he's doing that, I'm just out here living life though. I don't want to start my story because then it's just gonna get interrupted again. So we're not doing that. But I hope y'all doing good though.
So I need it for CVL, and that's for my little brother, and they are like trying to get you to train up to like actually do the service that I would be doing, but honestly I don't really need it. I've done CPR training like 4 times now. This was my 4th time. But the tourniquet training I'm talking about is the one that I did the 2nd time, and that was like 8 hours. So that's why I'm saying, like, I hope you don't need tourniquet training.
I hope I don't need it either, because I'm not gonna be there for 8 hours. Bro.
It took.
I'll get paid for it, but
it took 2 days. Like we left and then we came back and then we had to finish our CPR training.
See, the thing is, I'll get paid for mine.
Yeah.
So I don't really mind it because it basically just be like I'm working. But anyway, go ahead, man.
So I did the CPR training, and then shortly afterwards I have my internship that I'm working, so I needed to be there for the meetings, and then I had work. And then after I got done with work, I came back and started talking to like my family members, and then all of a sudden it was 11 o'clock. So like throughout that entire day I didn't do anything, and I needed to like do all the things that I normally do within the day in those next like 3 hours, and I was not doing that. So that's what really threw me off. So the fact that like the very next day Marvel Rivals had that season 2 drop, it was just unfortunate. An unfortunate turn of events. Didn't do anything that day. So, like, I completely relapsed, where, like, I haven't done anything that I would normally do within my day for the past 2 days. And, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I know I'll get back to it. I'm kind of like feeling like I'm getting better because of the fact that like my mental has changed rather than the physical. Because like physically I'm not doing it anymore, or like at this current point to like get better, but mentally I know I do not want to have it be where I don't feel important to myself anymore. Like I'd rather, do the things that I think would help me in that mental space. So, yeah.
That's valid.
Getting better.
That's valid, man. That's understandable. I feel like we're always, no matter like what type of healing you're going through, or whatever it is that you're going through, at the end of the day, I feel like we're always gonna come to a place. We're going to come to a time or a place where we feel like we're relapsing, and that whole moment of like relapsation, is that even a word?
Relapsation?
Yeah, is that even a word?
That is not a word. There's no way.
It got to be. I'm starting it now. That whole moment of relapsation, not relaxation, relapsation. I feel like you're gonna get to the point where you're feeling like worse than you were before. That everything that you've done prior to that moment is invalid or is void. Same thing. But at the end of the day, I feel like you gotta actually sit back and think about it and see that you've been through some stuff. Like you're not the same person you were when you first started this healing journey, and it's okay to get to that point where you're not doing the things that you said you were going to do, because I don't know, it happens to everybody. Like instead of you, like, I feel like once you get there though, the biggest thing is don't see it as a failure. Just see it as, well, I put in all of this work, I've done it before, and I can do it again. And I don't think just because you started like focusing on Marvel Rival and not doing the things that you usually would do in that day, doesn't mean in a sense you relapse. It just means your body's either got tired, or you're like, man, I actually want to do this. I actually want to check out and see what's going on, because that's not like a healing journey. Doesn't mean you can't still do the things that you used to do that you enjoyed. Just as long as you're not constantly doing it and choosing it over things that you need to do in order to better yourself.
But what if I said I was going to play it today? And then tomorrow?
Okay, but...
And then the next time?
See, now we're going in a whole different... Now, that's just... I don't have words for you, man, but... I feel like if you're going to... Like, if you're going to do it today, as long as you set a timer... Or set some type of time where you're like, okay, well, I'm going to do this today. And then either get off, either first of all, before you do it, maybe do one thing that you usually would do, to keep yourself productive, to make yourself feel like, okay, I am actually accomplishing something, and not just, wasting my time, which, again, that's not, playing video games is not really a waste of your time. If it's something that's, you do for your mental health, or you do to relax. But as long as to you, that's, that's real, relaxation. And then you're just like, I feel like, it's not really a bad thing. Like, I used to play video games a lot, but then I stopped. And now every time I go back to it, like, I have, that's a whole different story. I have a weird relationship between video games nowadays. Like, my stomach hurts me if I spend more than 20 or 30 minutes playing video games.
Your stomach hurts?
Yes, it used to. And I would push through. I'm like, nah, bro, forget this. I want to play this game. I'm tired of, I've been busy doing stuff all this time. I'm going to sit there and I'm actually going to play. So once I push through it, I go back to regular. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then, my thumb started hurting because messing the joystick way too long. So I got to pull back. But anyway, nowadays, I haven't even touched the video games in a while. Not because of that, just because I've been so busy with a lot of things. But I don't know. I don't see it as a failure, or like you just relapse, because it happens. As long as you're not making it a continuous habit. At the end of the day, everybody needs a break from everything nowadays. Like, if every single day all you're doing is working on things that that helps you kind of like grow your career and yourself, which is totally fine. Like, that's totally valid. That's what I feel like everybody should be doing. Working on things that makes them better, things that gives them growth and success and all of this stuff. But if you get to a point where your mental health is like, yeah, man, this is fun, but we need to take a break. Like, that's not going to kill you. Like, if your break is, playing Marvel Rival, like, that's not going to kill you. Just put a limit on it. Any good things is not... Dang it, what was that? How was the saying go? I had the saying in my head, bro. Like, I had to, bro, what? Nothing good. bro. That's why I feel like you know what I'm trying to say, bro. Like
I don't.
You know, let me just explain it better. Just because something, dang it, I have it in my head. You have no idea how frustrating this is. Like, it is right at the tip of my tongue. Like, but this is not what I was going to say exactly, but just because something is good for you. Okay, there it is. Too much of a good thing. Is it always good for you? Is bad for you? I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Like, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Too much of a good thing isn't always good for you. That's not the saying at all, but it's around that area, and I'm yelling, so I apologize. But, yeah, and just because, it's good for you, doesn't mean if you keep doing it every single day without taking a break, and then that becomes, I feel like that's where it gets tricky, because now your life is revolving around that. That's the only thing you're focusing in. Whether that's, for people, it's like, I want to make more money. And so they start grinding and hustling and doing all of this stuff so they can make that money. But it becomes to the point where they're not even taking breaks for their own mental health. They're not they're not taking breaks away from that hustle, away from that grind, in order to actually enjoy and see what they're at right now. Because sooner or later, because I feel like if you don't have a direction and you don't know what you're actually doing something for, you get so lost in it and you won't always know when you get there. It's always going to be, okay, now I have more money than I did in my bank account. That's cool. I want more. And then you're going to keep going and going until you burnt yourself out and you realize, well, how did I get here so fast? What happened? I missed so much stuff from when I started that journey to grind and hustle to make all this money, and now I have all this money, and now you're confused and you're lost, and now you don't even know what you consider a hobby anymore, what you like doing for fun, and the people around you who you used to hang out with, then they stop calling you or they start doing all this stuff because they're like, well, he's too busy, focusing on his grind, and I'm not going to interrupt him for that. So so all that's to say is, just because you relapse, if that's what you want to call it, that doesn't mean you're wasting your day. Just just create a schedule, but also just know schedules, especially in life, they're not always going. It's not always going to go the way you want it. Because for me, the amount of time I switched up my plan and my schedule so many times to the point where I'm like, you know what, God? I'm tired. I have a direction I want to go to. But, it barely seems like you don't want that. So, I'm going to just let you have it. And I'm going to just wake up and I'm going to do what I feel like I need to do in order to get where I need to go. But also be flexible enough. If I wake up one day and I'm just like, I don't feel like putting in work to do this stuff, but I still put in the work. It may not be 100%. I may not be putting 100% like I usually do. It may be a 20% work. That doesn't mean I'm not putting anything. I feel like as long as you're putting some amount, because it could be as easy as you getting up and turning on your iPad and pulling up the graphic designs that you want to make and just making like one tiny thing. It may not finish. You may not finish it right there, and it may not look like a big project completion, but like at least it's something.
Yeah.
And
I did do my work yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
In fact, I showed you it.
Exactly. So
you saw the whistle that I made.
That's what you made yesterday?
Yeah, I made that, and then I did the lacrimas that I was talking about. I also edited the story that I was talking about. I also sent you the hoodies.
Yeah, I didn't see any today. I was wondering. I'm like, bro, when is this man gonna send me this stuff? Like, yeah, but yeah, nah, I saw it today.
Yeah, bro. I was still doing my work. In fact, I played for like an hour, and I was like, okay, I've had enough.
Yeah.
And I forgot what else I did, but It's just the fact that like I didn't do the things that I usually do throughout the day. That makes me feel like, oh, I really just like relapsed a bit. Cause I also saw this thing on Instagram where when you like do something that is like not exactly what you intended, you just kind of like commit all the way because you're just like, well, since I did it, might as well just, and basically the premise of the video was to show how dumb you are, because it's kind of like when a kid like spills a little bit of water on the table, and then they just dump it all out. It's that same mentality. It's like, well, since I spilled it,
you might as well keep going.
Yep. So like I realize how dumb or how silly it is to have that mentality, but because of the fact that like I think my brain is like an all or nothing type.
Yeah.
Like either you commit or you don't. I kind of like did my work because of the fact that like I just enjoyed doing my work.
Yeah.
And I'd rather see growth in my work. But I did not do anything else. Like I didn't run, because I usually like run a mile at the very least. Cause like I know that I haven't been very active, and I won't be very active in the field that I'm working in. So I have to like make time in order to like be active. And I was going to, and I have been, and then I stopped. So that's what makes it like a relapse for me.
Okay. See, but also I feel like that's really valid though. Like the way I try to view things, at least things that I want to do, especially like working out. If you've been doing it for so long, and then you get to a point where you miss one day and then you feel bad. Honestly, yeah. I feel like that's the good place to be. Like, for me, it's like if I get, like how you said you always usually run, and then like when the one day that you don't do it, you're like, dang it, I relapse.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a good place to get to. But, because I mean that shows you have some, you showed commitments. You showed it was a constant thing that you would do every single time, even on days where you didn't want to do it. Which I feel like on days where you don't want to do things, that's where you should probably do it the most. And like I said, it may just be at 20. You may just be putting a 20%, your 20%, energy into it. But at least you did it, And yes, it's a good place to be in, but also you just gotta understand. I didn't do it today. That doesn't mean I can't do it tomorrow. And if you still have enough time in the days when you realize you didn't do it today and you're like, dang it, I want to do it, then shoot, go outside and run for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, or even just like, run down the block or even walk. At least you can come back and be like, okay, I may not have ran for the 4 hour or however long I usually run, but I at least did it for like 2 or 3 minutes, and that's something. Because that's what I did with working out. Because I usually would do it every single day, well, Monday to Friday. Yeah, that's every single day. I would do it every single day, and then there was like a day that I'm like, 2 days that I'm like, I didn't do it. I don't want to do it today. I really don't. I'm so busy. I'm so tired. I don't want to go to the gym. I just want to go home and do some work. But I know myself well enough that if I go home, I'm not doing the work. That's how good I got to, like, that's how I know myself. One of them, but if I go back home, I'm not doing any work. Like, I'm going to say I'm going to do work, and I'm going to open my iPad, and I'm going to sit there, I'm going to pull out the stuff that I need to do, and then I'm going to get distracted and do something else. So I was like, Abbott, I'm going to the gym. I went to the gym. I was just going to legit just goof around. Not even goof around, but like, I didn't have a set plan like I usually do. I just went in, started lifting weight, and then it turned into a whole thing. I'm like, okay, let's get this done. And, I did it. And then I went home, and I didn't know how to work.
Oh.
Yeah, no. And I felt disappointed for like 2 minutes. And then I'm like, bro, I did it. I still went to the gym after I told myself, good on me. But
yeah, It's that first day that I was talking about, Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, Thursday threw me off because I had every intention of running, but then it just got really late, and I was like, what is the point of me running now? In fact, I'm hungry. I didn't even eat that day. I didn't eat until 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I didn't, so I went and I ate, and then I called my girlfriend, and then we sat on there until like midnight, and it's like, okay, so am I really about to run right now at midnight?
Why not?
And that's what threw me off, because I was like, the timing of it was so awful. Usually I run when the day starts. Like, as soon as the day starts, I run.
Hey, sometimes you gotta be flexible and change your schedule.
And I have run pretty late before, but midnight.
Hey, but you said midnight. I ran at midnight before when I was in school. Well, I walked. I was so lying.
Bro.
See, running at midnight for me, I'm like, well, not just for me, like running at midnight on campus, like, it's really not a dangerous thing, but like you gotta be conscious, cause especially when you're running and there's a girl in front of you, and they're walking, and you just come out of nowhere.
I run, and then I see her, and I run that way.
Well, because like, I feel like we're getting off topic, but like that's what my one of my friends told me, like when we were on campus, because he was like, Benny, you gotta take off your hoodie when you're walking at nighttime. I'm like, and I understand where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Especially when you're walking behind a woman, and like, especially if they don't know you. I'm like, okay, I get that. What really made me think about it the wrong way was as soon as he said, he was like, bro, this white girls out here they walking midnight, bro. You are black. You cannot. I swear, no. I felt like, no shade to anybody, but I felt like when he said that, I looked at him like, so hold on a second now. I'm sick and tired of this BS, bro. Like, I walk. I get the fact that yes, I'm a guy, and like I do gotta watch how I carry myself, because that's different. And I get where and I get the whole like, well, she's a woman, you gotta be careful. I'm like, valid, sir, but you did not need to bring that. You did not need to bring the race in here. I understand. I know she's white, but the thing is though, in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm running, and speech not even running, walking. I'm like, I'm walking, minding my own business, because he said it, because I usually have my hoodie on all the time, because you know me, I wear my hoodie a lot. So I usually wear my hoodie on every single time, and I'm just walking with my music, and I'm minding my business, not doing anything. But I also understand how it looks, so I don't know where I'm going with this. I really don't.
Yeah, where are you going, bro?
Just watch where you're going. Just watch where you're going. Kollin usually runs the other. That's usually what I used to do too. Like that. Now, if I'm running, I do that. If I'm running and I see, even if it's she does, regardless of race. If I'm running and I see I see somebody in front of me and I know it's a woman, I'm like, yeah, oop, I'm not trying to go this way, but let's go that way.
Matter of fact, it doesn't even matter if I know her or not.
Exactly. No. If I know her, and I know it's her, I'm just gonna be honest, bro. Me out of being petty, that's bro. Like,
I'm still running the other way.
No, I'm running right next to her. I done this. I swear, look, I done that once. Okay, it wasn't my fault. It was my fault. I done that once. I'm like, I'm running.
Oh no.
I'm running, minding my business. I'm like, hey yo, I know her. She knows me. My stupid self. This is how you get killed though. But like, with my dumb self, I'm like, I texted her though. I'm like, hey, look behind you. It's like I'm not even gonna say anything else, man. It was fun. It was happy though. Yeah, I felt good about my life. I felt good. She looked behind her. I wasn't there.
Oh hell no.
I'm just playing. I was, but look.
You creep.
Hey, look. I have a one video. I can't talk about that. Anyway, Kollin. I hope that helped y'all. I got off topic. A lot.
Bro, it wasn't even about helping me out. It was more so, hey guys, feel important to yourself. You know?
Yes.
If you have the same type of mentality as me, where, like, you just do things to entertain yourself, you're not even worried about, like, things that are along the lines of, like, oh, I've got to take care of myself, or, oh, I've got to, like, do this, that, and the third. First, look inward. See if you're actually, you know, taking care of yourself, feeling important to yourself, because that's something that really matters.
Yeah.
And the fact that it took me 24 years to realize that because of the way that my childhood went, I don't even feel important to myself, that's insane. That's insane. You should feel important to yourself. You should have the self-awareness and the self-esteem to just be like, hey, I'm good. I'm chilling. And if I want to, like, have time to just, like, take care of myself, then I should do that. But it should never be distraction. And that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, that's amazing 2 cents. I gotta see. I feel like it's okay if it took you 24. You know, until like how would you say? How old are you? 24, right?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't matter if it took you that long though, because everybody moves differently in their own journey. Because for what you just realized now, they probably realized that when they were like 10. Like, for that, you had to be going through some stuff. But, like, they realized that when they were 10 or 12, and somebody probably realized that when they were, like, 34. So, like, everybody has their own pace they're going at. You learn different things surrounding you in different area. Because you can't force yourself to learn to learn a lesson that you haven't lived through yet.
Yeah.
You know? So, it's...
So true.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so like what he said, mine is the fact that he can't believe. Nah, bro, believe it, Cause shoot, there's lessons that I learned where a lot of my friends, well, I can't say people I knew, who I consider friends at times, who they still haven't learned their lesson yet. But like for me, I learned mine at a really young age. And that's also what shapes you to be who you are, you know. Because like we all go through our life differently. In my life and yours, we may be heading. It may look like we're heading towards the same path when it comes to career wise, but that doesn't mean we're taking the. Shut up. That doesn't mean we're taking the same routes and it's going to look the same. You know. So I don't know, man. I just my brain is chaotic.
Your body's chaotic?
My brain is chaotic. Like,
I heard body. I was like,
yeah, man.
Now, why did I need to know that?
I don't know. I didn't say body. It's in my brain. If you want to edit the body part, like it's chaotic too. But like,
what?
Like now you just think about it in the wrong way. like
that's what I.
Like, what type? I'm so. Hold on a second. What type of way are you thinking about it? Like my body being chaotic?
I don't know. That's just a crazy sentence.
Okay, but what type of way?
Like imagine somebody says that, you just get. Are you gonna be like, oh, okay? Or are you gonna be like, what are you talking about?
I mean, yes. I'm like, it depends. It depends on how I'm feeling at that time. If I'm like, but what you mean by that? Like, that's what I would think. But my brain won't be thinking about whatever it is that you're thinking.
That's what I just thought. I was like, what the hell does he mean? Like, what are you talking about?
Anyway, you do matter.
You do matter, and you should feel important to yourself.
Yeah. Still hustle. Still hustle. But also take time to deal with your mental health and do things that makes you happy aside from your hustle.
But what if my hustle is everything?
That's you really gotta think about, because your hustle can't be everything. Like you need to have something aside from what you're striving for to make you feel, at least to feel like you're alive. Because if you get to a point where your hustle is the only thing that makes you feel alive, what happens when God throws a wrench in your plan to where you can't even perform that hustle anymore?
Yeah.
You know, like, Listen, go ahead.
I was about to say, because this is going to completely derail where you're going.
Okay.
But I think with how life is, you got to slow down and take the time to enjoy every aspect of it.
Yeah, man.
Because, like, after you said, if your hustle can't be everything, I was just thinking about this the other day. And it was along the lines of how I only have, like, work right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really, like, do much of anything else. And it was after thinking about, like, oh, I don't feel important to myself, I started to think about, like, okay, so what have I been, like, doing in my everyday life, like, to make me not feel important to myself. And I realized that I've been, like, way too into my head. Like, way into my head. Because, like, there's some stuff that I just don't tell people. Mm-hmm. But I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that I was, like, so far into my head that, like, I'll even, like, demonize the times that I spend, like, doing something else outside of, like, work or watching something. Like, every family reunion, for example, I'll, like, reflect and think, why am I here? I don't feel like I belong here. When I could just, like, sit down and enjoy the time that I can just, like, be there. Because some people can't even, like, be present.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's something that I feel a lot right now. It's the fact that you gotta, like, take time to enjoy the little things. And enjoy the little things. Don't just, like, don't just have knowledge of it. Because, like, I can sit here and say, oh, yeah, we get together on Easter. Like, it's cool. Actually enjoy it. Do things that would help you enjoy being there. That was my other 2 cents.
Hey, at least you have self-awareness, though. I feel like that's the important thing. You're self-aware, and now you're trying to do things to, you know, align yourself with what you want to do. I don't know what time are we on right now?
It says 49 minutes.
Really?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. I don't know why I said that like that. I apologize, y'all.
Bro, midway check through. Or, what? Midway check-in. How's it coming on your drawing?
It's going pretty cool. Look, man.
Okay.
I'm about to.
Does he have 2 hands? 2
no,
arms?
No, I can't give him 2 arms. I'll call it his pencil arms. Honestly, bro. I could. Yes, I could. But no. I started with that because I wanted to do a different pose. And then I'm like, I'm not doing this BS. So I moved to a different thing. Yeah.
You see that?
Bro, that is your style.
Yes.
See, this is not my style. Like, I'll be trying to change my style every time I draw. Like, I don't know. My friend says I have not even friends.
Oh.
That's crazy. Anyway, forget about me. I do matter sometimes.
I just had this whole spiel, and then you're gonna be like, forget about me. I matter at times.
At times. See, I'm still trying to work on my schedule because today I was supposed to work on a project for like 3 hours. Last time I worked on it for like 5 hours. See, I'm like, bro, I need to touch this. I gotta work on this. I got to. I sat down. I did one thing. I finished one page on that project. And then I didn't finish the rest of the pictures. I got like 3 pages left. So I'm like, I finished 1 page and I didn't finish the rest and I just did some stupid stuff. But
what do you mean by stupid stuff, baby?
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Don't worry about it. But but I don't know. It's still like I still feel like you said, like I still feel like I'm like, dang it, man, I didn't do crap. Excuse my language. Pardon my French. But also I try to think about it in the same way that we just talked about, like at least I did 1 page. Yeah. I'm 1 page closer to finishing. But there's another project what I'm trying to do, but I think our brain tries to get us to do so much stuff at at once, and it gets to a point where if you don't do, and you end up not doing anything at all because you have so much stuff in your head where you're like, well, I want to do this project, I want to do this project, I want to do this project, but also I have work, and also I want to work out, also I need to eat, also I need to take time for myself. When it's like if you pick one thing out of that and you don't like, and you end up not doing anything at all, you just like, I'm not doing any of this stuff. If I don't have time to do every single thing, then I'm not doing it. Yeah. And that's when you feel like you failed. But the thing is, though, we're not designed to do so many things at the same time. You pick one thing, accomplish that thing, and then you move on to the next. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to do it because I'm so not good, but I'm so good at coming up with so many projects that I don't end up doing anything at all.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, because right now I have the projects that we're working on, like like the design that you sent me. I'm like, I need to work on that, and I started on it, but then I'm like, it's okay, but I need to work on it, but I haven't touched it. And then there's in my own project that I'm trying to do, I'm like, I need to work on this.
Yeah.
I touched it here and then, but I still haven't touched another project that I started with. I created an Instagram for it, so I'm like, that's good. I created a TikTok for it. That's great. I created YouTube for it. That's dope. So you would think that's me, at least, that's me at least starting, doing something. Mm-hmm. At least got it starting. But I haven't done anything after that. Like, I tell myself, like, I need to record and then start posting. I recorded, but I haven't waiting to fix it. And then we have our videos where I'm like, I need to do this, but I just started a new job, and I have a lot of stuff that I need to do first, so I can kind of like get my things moving with that job. And I'm like, I have to do this first though, but I still feel like I'm failing because I'm not doing all the stuff that I said I want to do. But it's like you have to, like I say this like it's easier to do now. Like I know all of this stuff, but putting it all to work is harder.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, yeah. So, but it's okay though. We'll get there. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all.
And I still, I'm still trying to work on that myself because of the fact that like I also have like a lot of stuff that I want to do. And I realize that I can't do everything, so I try to like minimize it and do enough. But me doing enough sometimes makes me think, well, that means I've got time to play games. So I'll like sit there and then not do stuff sometimes, and then like all of a sudden it's like 2 hours that have passed. You're just like, oh well, I didn't do anything.
Man, I get it, bro.
And by playing games, I don't mean actually play games. I just mean like, you know the saying. Play games, play around, goof around.
Totally, man.
I don't actually do my work. That's what I mean, guys.
That's what he means, guys.
But yeah, I think my like mentality it's changed over time for sure.
Hope so. That's disgusting.
And I know that I have the ability to do stuff now, cause like one thing that I was thinking about was the fact that like my life right now, if I were to see it like, let's say just a couple years back, just like literally 2 years back, if I were to take a look at myself now, actually not a few years, I'd be like, how did that happen? Like, what are we talking about right now? What do you mean? Because, like, there's so much in my life that I just didn't envision myself having or doing. So, say that to say, like, I know I have the ability to, you know, get it together, feel important to myself, because now that I know what, like, the, what it came from and what everything kind of, like, adds up to, I have a better understanding of, like, how to get past it.
Yeah.
And that was, like, my huge thing. Because, like, I was in therapy, and, like, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I have no idea what's wrong. I just don't feel great. But now it's like, oh, wait. I have a perfect idea as to, like, why I feel so distraught.
Not to interrupt you or anything. Oh, now you want to work my thing, and my pencil stopped working. I was so pissed. Yeah, continue, though.
But yeah, I think having an understanding of, like, where you kind of, like, came from, or, like, what happened in your childhood. So, like, going back to childhood, knowing what to do with your inner child, like Benny was just talking about, but also didn't bring up during the video.
I really didn't. You're totally right.
Knowing what to do with that's, like, huge. It's pretty important.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Because it's crazy, because the same thing, I feel like, I mean, we all go through this part where we're like, the things that we're doing right now, if our younger self saw us, doing it, they'd probably look at us like, bro, what are you doing? Whether that's a good, what are you doing, or that's a, surprise, what are you doing, or that's a bad, what are you doing? That's all depends on the things that you're doing right now.
Yeah.
For me personally, if my younger self actually came over here, looking at me face to face, and see how my life is and the things that I went through, he'll be shocked. Bro, look at like, bro, we said we were not going to do this. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, well, it's better in my life though. Nah, bro. No. Like, if my younger self saw the fact that, I'm over here talking about mental health and trying to kind of like help and educate people on it. Like, educate is a strong word, because I'm still learning about it. But, just like sharing my testimony and like things that I've been through.
Yeah.
We will be fighting. Because I'm so used to keeping things to myself. Like, that's how the life I lived prior to here, that's the direction it was going to. So if my younger self even saw me doing this, he's probably like, nah, bro, we throwing hands. I'm like, sir.
Throwing hands is crazy.
Dude, man, I found myself multiple times growing up. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I find myself multiple times going up. I'm not going to explain. But, I don't know, it's just like, even like things that I'm doing right now, like the relationships that I've been through, like friends that I made and people that, I lost. I never thought I would have went through all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I envision a whole different future for myself than what I'm living right now. And I feel like that's how it's going to be with the 4 years from now. That version of myself, I'm pretty sure he's going to say the same thing. Well, me sitting right now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to say the same thing for what that 4 years from now me is going to do, or is doing right now. I'm like, dude, I knew we were gonna do this, but I didn't know we were gonna do this. I thought maybe I thought we weren't gonna be in a relationship anymore, but we are. Or I knew we weren't gonna be in a relationship anymore. Or the friends that we have, or like just the stuff, how our life is going to look different. And that's what I'm striving for, because I don't want my myself right now and my future self to be like, man, I knew this. I knew this was gonna happen. If it's something bad, I knew this was gonna happen. You know, I knew we were still gonna be here trying to get this stuff going, and we're still fighting with the same. We're still dealing with the same problem. I don't want that, so I'm trying to do things that I'm like I normally wouldn't do. I normally wouldn't think to do this if I was like, you know, if it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just, I don't know, I feel like we all gonna get through that where it's like, hey, I didn't envision my life like this, but that's not always a bad thing. And if your life isn't where you want it to be, that doesn't mean it's not going to the direction where it needs to go. That just means your plan, your vision that you had for yourself isn't the same vision that God had for you. And whether, you know, you believe in God or you don't believe in God, I believe in God, so I'm gonna put that in there for myself. And, you know, if, you know, you guys take that, whatever you want to take it, but, like, life, we heard this saying every single day. We know about it. Life isn't always going to go to the point, you know, the direction that you want it to go. We don't have control over life. Matter of fact, we don't have control over our own life half the times. And that's a scary thing, but it's also, I feel like it's also such a relief, because you're telling me I don't have to have every single thing planned out. I don't have to be in agreement with my my inner self on certain things that they feel like is best for me, but I'm like, I'm the one who's living it. I'm the one who's going through this. I know what I know what I want to do. You stay over there. You can give me guidance, but your time is over.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm still going to be doing things to heal you. I'm still going to be doing things to make sure that you are not okay. Because if your inner self isn't, you know, in the right mind, then neither is you. Because at the end of the day, like, you're the same person, just different part of your life, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway though, like, you know, that's dope. You know, I hit some stuff. You're welcome. Anyway,
Bro heard. Never mind.
What you gonna say, bro?
Nothing, bro.
Nah, I thought we were gonna save all this all this, you know, you talking about bro heard from like just yapping session, bro. This ain't no yapping session.
What are you talking about? I didn't say anything.
I'm just saying, like, I can see the recording, and every time he hits red, I get so scared. I'm like, I am so sorry, y'all, for your eardrums. Like, he like...
Yeah, well, the gain is, like... I mean, so, I was going to say the gain is, like, turned up, so it, like, looks like it's a lot, but I can always, like, turn it down or, like, edit the audio.
I'm not trying to kill people's eardrum, bro.
But, like, also, if you, like, get all the way up on this thing, see?
Oh, that boy, you gonna kill me. Hey, y'all, you just killed some eardrum right there. That's crazy. Me personally, man, I will find you, and I will want money, reimbursement for my ear. You gonna fix it.
Text,
You
no.
gonna fix it, bro.
No, I'm not.
Fix it, bro. You gotta hit them with that little soft voice, like, how you doing? Don't yell. Don't do that.
Bro, it just turned red again.
Don't do that. That was you. Oh, that was me.
Yeah, that was you.
That was you. That was me. Oh, anyway.
Okay, weirdo.
But that's all I had to say. Bro.
That's all you had to say about inner child, bro?
I don't know. I mean, there's more, but I feel like we're at, like...
You posed the question, and...
I feel like we're at, like, what, 5? Like, to 1 hour or something?
It is at 1 hour.
Exactly.
But, like, how's it coming on your Danny Phantom? We have to be done with the drawing.
Oh, yeah, no, I really did forget
Yes,
that. Like, I'm not going to call her. Are you going to call yours?
No,
The rate?
not at this rate. Matter of fact, I could be done in, like, 2 seconds.
And ain't call her?
Because, I actually did not do the thing that I said I was going to do, where it's, like, 2 parts of Danny.
Uh-huh.
I, like, made it fully Danny Phantom.
Me too.
So, it was by accident.
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't like Danny's whole costume.
Dang, his whole costume?
Yes, his whole fit. I don't like it.
I
It just
don't like
looks.
his entire drip.
Is
That's
I
what you
don't
just
like.
said.
Yes, exactly. I don't like it. Like, it just don't. I don't know. It just. See. This is when I say, bro. It's just because bro's white.
Huh?
I'm just. That's. He just.
What'd you
It's just.
say?
It's just because bro's a little. How old is he? 12. It's just bro. Just 'cause
No.
he's a 12, bro. He's a 12 year
Bro, do you
old.
not remember the intro at all?
I do, but I don't remember
Yo,
the
Danny
age.
Phantom, he was just 15,
Okay,
14.
bro, it's like the same difference. Bro is 15. He does not have drip. I know 15-year-old who has way more drip than this. But then again, it's not his fault. It's the writers.
Yeah, bro.
They don't have drip. Respectfully, if y'all see this, be better. Cause like, no, what is this? All he has is black and white, a spacesuit.
Okay, I'm done.
Bro got a spacesuit. That's what he got. Like,
Guys,
not even a good spacesuit.
look at my Danny Phantom.
Like,
He looks kind of like him. Sorry.
but he's not him. Danny's like,
Okay, hater.
no, I'm not talking about you, John. I'm talking about Danny in general, bro. He's not him, bro. Like, I could have designed such a better design for him. I feel like that's a character designer in me. But like, I could have. I'm arguing myself now. But I could design such a, and I have. Not here. I just did this. But like, dude, just don't like. I would never become. Nah, man. Let me become a superhero. Nah, I would never become a superhero. I don't like that hero nonsense. Let me get superpowers. Like, bro, I'll be dripped.
Okay, bro. Save
I'll
it
be
for
looking
the
dope,
real
bro.
talk.
Oh. Yeah, my bad, G.
But I'm finished with my drawing, guys.
Yeah, maybe talk to them more because I'm so.
Oh my goodness, bro. This is the second time that we've done the prompt. And how is it that I finish? I'm still waiting for you, bro.
Okay. Like, I'd be like, okay. Like, I don't know what you want me to say about that. Like, I got bro wearing an underwear like he's Superman. Let
Okay,
me
guys,
fix it.
we're gonna get real close and personal because like I'm done with my drawing and
Okay.
I'm waiting, but about like healing your inner child.
We can talk more about that than just yapping, if y'all want. But go ahead.
You say if y'all want, like it's a chat. Like we're not streaming, Benny. We're not streaming. You have to share your thoughts now, but inner child, healing your inner child. For me, I feel like my childhood was good. In fact, I didn't have to grow up too fast.
Nice.
And in fact, I'm still not grown up. I'm still a child.
We know.
Thank you, Vinny.
So am I, bro.
Makes me feel so accomplished.
So am I.
But like growing up, I feel like a lot of people were forced to take care of things that weren't exactly their issues. Like, how is it my fault that I gotta take care of my sister because yo baby daddy is not here? Like like what?
Speak from experience.
What does that got to do with me?
I'm sorry. Are you speaking from experience? Like,
No.
I've known you for 3 years.
No, Vinny.
4 years?
I'm not speaking from
Okay,
experience.
I'm
I'm just speaking
like,
in general.
Okay,
Like how would that be your fault? How would that be anybody's fault?
Sure.
Being forced to grow up is like so awful and so difficult. So like trying to find that that inner child, the one that has been wronged, and like healing that, understand that it is like a completely different process. But for me, I feel like what I have to like heal from is not really experience of like growing up too fast, but an experience of not getting certain things that like I know other people did. And like there's no fault to anybody, my parents, my grandparents, nothing like that. but I do know that I kind of like healing from the fact that like I didn't receive attention, and what that kind of like looks like, because of the fact that like it's not really something that's known or something that is at the forefront of everybody's knowledge. I just kind of have to like bring it up and like try to heal in the ways of accessing the knowledge and making it known, and that's what my healing's supposed to look like. Because if I'm being honest here, I'm currently living at home now, but when I was at home when I was young, I could walk down or walk into the kitchen, grab something, and immediately leave. Now I go downstairs and my parents are like, "What you up to? How you doing?" You know, it was never really like that. I was always like kind of a shadow, like somebody who moves in the shadows in the house, and healing my inner child, or like doing something for that person that grew up. It kind of like has to be more along the lines of making other people know it. And yeah,
That's valid, bro. That's valid. I'm done. So.
Oh, thank God. See ya.
I try mimicking their style. Because, you know, like I said, I'm trying to get into the rhythm of, like, trying different style of drawing versus just my own. So I try mimicking their style. I don't know. It looks...
I didn't. I just made Danny, bro.
I know. I can see, because I look at them like, bro, that is your style. But that's okay, though. It looks good, though.
Bro, not entirely.
I mean, no, but, you know, the faces.
Yeah.
The nose, that's crazy. Why are we zooming in now? Like,
you know, to get intent.
But anyway, I don't know where we're at right now, but heal your inner child.
See us.
See ya. Yeah.